Which is better, the Samsung Galaxy A51 or the Samsung Galaxy S9? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. This video is sponsored by imadecase.com. They sell wood-engraved custom phone cases. As you can see here, they engraved my logo onto this Galaxy S9 case. So if you're going to be buying a Galaxy S9 soon, or if you want to get a fresh, new case, then definitely make sure to get one of their custom wood cases. They also offer cases for a variety of other devices. Now, getting started is really easy. All you have to do is just upload your design, choose your phone model, and then select one of the case options. I'm a big fan of their products, and this is certainly a great gift idea. It's just really cool that you can have these cases customized with your logo, art, or any design you want. But thanks again to imadecase.com for sponsoring this video. I've linked their website in the video description, so definitely check it out. I know that many people are very interested in seeing these devices compared because they're currently being offered at around the same price. Now, of course, that's with buying the A51 new and then buying the Galaxy S9 used or refurbished or renewed. Now, I bought the Samsung Galaxy S9 from Amazon Renewed for just $295. Now, it was previously used by someone else, but it's in near mint condition, which is excellent. And unfortunately, it does not come with the original box, but they do give you a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer, and they give you a USB wall adapter. So pretty awesome there. Now, the Galaxy A51 currently does not have an official price. I've seen it on eBay, Amazon, and B&H at a bunch of different prices, but it seems like the general price is between $300 and about $330. So roughly the same price as a renewed Samsung Galaxy S9. Of course, this one is going to be in completely new and mint condition when you receive it, compared to going the renewed or refurbished route with the S9. But you get the idea. I think at the end of the day, we all end up putting cases on our phones anyway, typically. So if you do that, you wouldn't even know that the S9 has been used previously. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we are getting a 6.5-inch display compared to a smaller 5.8-inch display with the Galaxy S9. And in case you're wondering, the reason why I'm not comparing the S9 Plus to the Galaxy A51 is because the S9 Plus is a lot more expensive. So price-wise, those two phones really wouldn't be very comparable. So we are getting a much larger display with the Galaxy A51. Now both devices feature Super AMOLED displays, but with the Galaxy A51 it's 1080p compared to 1440p with the Galaxy S9. With the Galaxy A51 we're getting a 405 ppi compared to a 570 ppi with the Galaxy S9. And with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we're getting a 20:9 aspect ratio compared to 18:9 with the Galaxy S9. But you can see in this side by side, the bezels are significantly smaller with the Galaxy A51. Of course, the phone itself is bigger, but you're getting a much better screen to body ratio compared to the Samsung Galaxy S9, which has pretty thick bezels on the top and bottom. Now with the Galaxy A51, we are getting a hole punch for the front-facing camera, which is known as the Infinity O. Now the hole punch itself is very tiny, so keep that in mind. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we're getting a 32 megapixel front-facing camera compared to an 8 megapixel front-facing camera with the Samsung Galaxy S9. Now just because you're getting a higher megapixel count with the A51 does not necessarily mean that the photos are going to be better. But here's the side-by-side comparison with the front-facing camera. Now we'll flip over to the rear camera. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we're getting a 48 megapixel main camera compared to a 12 megapixel main camera with the Samsung Galaxy S9. Now there are some pretty big differences though with the cameras. So with the Galaxy A51, we're getting a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera, and then a 5 megapixel macro camera. So of course with the Galaxy S9, there's no macro feature and there's no ultra wide angle feature. But the depth sensing camera is pretty much incorporated into the main lens here, which I certainly don't mind. It works exactly the same. So you are still getting that same awesome live focus portrait mode with both phones. So keep that in mind. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we're getting 128 gigabytes of internal storage with SD card expansion compared to 64 gigs with the Galaxy S9. And then you also get micro SD card expansion with this phone too. Now, of course, there are other variants of the S9 available, but again, if you do want to get more storage, you are going to have to pay quite a bit more money. Now, both phones do feature fingerprint sensors, but with the Samsung Galaxy A51, the fingerprint sensor is built into the display itself. It works pretty well, nice and quick. And with the S9, the fingerprint sensor is located on the rear of the phone. That's very fast as well. Now, both phones do also offer face unlock, but you also get an iris scanner unlock with the Galaxy S9. Kind of a cool premium feature. I'm not sure how many people actually use that in real life, so keep that in mind, but still pretty cool to see. And then, of course, like I mentioned earlier, you get portrait mode with both the front cameras and rear cameras in both phones. Another interesting thing too is that you actually get 4K video recording with both devices as well. But 4K video recording with the Galaxy A51 is limited at just 30 frames per second for both the front and rear. But with the rear camera on the S9, you can actually take video at 4K at 60 FPS. Now, there are different variants of the Galaxy A51 available where you can get either 4 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, but the phone does come with the Samsung Exynos 9611 processor. And with the Samsung Galaxy S9, the device features 4 gigs of RAM and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845. Now, I did run an Antutu benchmark test with both phones here, so we can check out those scores right now. And we'll let the A51 load up, and here we go. So you can see some pretty dramatic differences with the Antutu benchmark scores. So with the Samsung Galaxy A51, I got a total score of 177,594. And with the Galaxy S9, I got 340,960. So way higher of a score with the Galaxy S9. And that's pretty awesome to see, of course. But you have to remember that these phones are nearly the same price, but you're getting significantly better performance with the S9. Now you can see in this side-by-side here, the display might appear to be a bit more saturated and contrasty with the S9. Now that's the way that Samsung decided to tune the display on the S9 and A51. It seems like in general with the A51, we're getting a less saturated display, but it does look a bit more natural. So I almost prefer that compared to the S9. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we are getting a 4,000 milliamp hour internal battery. And then with the S9, we are getting a 3,000 milliamp hour internal battery. So an entire 1,000 milliamp hours of battery capacity less with the S9. So that's pretty surprising, and I'm really curious to know your thoughts about that. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A51, we are getting Android 10 as the software. It runs Samsung's One UI 2.0, and then with the Samsung Galaxy S9, currently the phone's running Android 9 Pie, and then runs Samsung's One UI 1.0. Now I'm hoping that my version of the phone eventually does get updated to Android 10. I believe it's definitely going to happen. I just don't know when. So hopefully it happens soon, and I certainly will be making a video about it when it does happen. Now with both phones, you do get this really cool edge screen here. So you can add your favorite apps to the side for very quick and easy access. Another interesting thing too is that with the Galaxy A51, we get a flat display, but the display on the Galaxy S9 is curved. Now I personally prefer the flat design instead, but I'm curious to know your thoughts. But taking a closer look at the hardware here, on the left side of both phones, on the Galaxy A51, we just have the slot for the SD card and SIM card. This version of the phone is the international Samsung Galaxy A51, so it does feature dual SIM compatibility, which is pretty sweet. Now with the Galaxy S9 on the left side, we have the volume button and we have the Bixby button. Now both phones do feature Bixby, so keep that in mind. Then on the right side of the two phones, on the Galaxy A51, we have the volume button and power button. And then on the Galaxy S9, we just have the power button. Now with the Galaxy A51, we have a plastic band running around the sides of the phone compared to a metal band with the Galaxy S9. So certainly a bit more of a premium and higher quality build with the S9. Then taking a look at the top of the two phones on the Galaxy A51, we just have the noise canceling microphone. And then with the Galaxy S9, we have the slot for the SIM card and SD card, and we have the noise canceling microphone. And then taking a look at the bottom of the two phones, they both have the speaker, they both have the microphone, they both have a USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and they both have the 3.5mm headphone jack. And then taking a look at the back side of the two phones, you can see it's pretty simplistic on the A51. We just have the camera module here, And then with the Galaxy S9, there's a bit more going on. We have the camera, we have the fingerprint sensor, the flash, and then the heart rate sensor. Now, one of my favorite features with the Samsung Galaxy A51 certainly has to be the ultra wide angle camera. So you can see right now I have the standard cameras on both devices pulled up here, but you can see switching over to the ultra wide option, you can fit way more content in the frame here. And of course, that feature is especially useful in outdoor conditions. So unfortunately with the S9, you don't get that feature. Another feature, of course, you don't get is the macro camera mode. So you can take nice close-up macro photos with the Samsung Galaxy A51. Now I'd say that beyond those camera features, you're not really gaining too many features with the A51. Really the only other feature that you're gaining is having a larger display here with a better screen to body ratio, but that's kind of something that might not matter to too many people. You might rather have the better performance that you get with the Galaxy S9. So I think that's important to consider since the phones are being offered at around the same price. So you really have to think of what features are a priority to you. Would you rather have more camera features and then a more modern design? Then if that's the case, go with the A51. Or would you rather get better performance and a higher display resolution? If that's the case, go with the Samsung Galaxy S9. Let's now do a speed test comparison with these two devices. We're going to first pull up the camera. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the S9 was quicker at pulling up the camera. Let's now go to the default web browser. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the A51 was first to pull up the default web browser. Let's go to engadget.com. 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like it was quicker to load up on the Galaxy A51. But it looks like the video was actually quicker to load on the Galaxy S9. But with both phones, you get really smooth scrolling. Probably a bit smoother on the S9, to be honest. Let's go to this article. 1, 2, 3, go. And the S9 was quicker at pulling up the article. And you can see in this side-by-side here, both devices do have the brightness turned up at 100%. But it looks like the display on the Galaxy A51 looks a little bit brighter and clearer. Now pinch to zoom is nice and smooth on both phones, so that's great. But you can also see the difference in how content appears on the display. And since the Galaxy A51 does feature a larger display, you can see that on this article, for example, it is able to fit more content into the frame there. So something to consider. That's certainly one of the advantages though of getting the larger 6.5-inch display with the Samsung Galaxy A51 compared to the smaller 5.8-inch display with the Samsung Galaxy S9. Let's now see which device of the two has the better speakers. So I do have a decibel meter here, and both phones do currently have the volume set at maximum. So I'm going to run the test on one phone at a time and then see which phone is able to get the loudest. Is the Samsung Galaxy A51 a good phone to buy? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. So with the Galaxy A51, I got 108.4. Is the Samsung Galaxy A51 a good phone to buy? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. And with the Samsung Galaxy S9, I got 99.6. So a bit quieter actually with the S9. Looks like the A51 does have the louder speakers of the two devices. However, I think overall the clarity of the speaker with the Galaxy S9 is better. It's just that the A51 does get louder. So I think it's about a tie, to be honest. It just depends on which of those two things is a priority to you. So which phone is the better choice of the two? Now, a little bit ago, I kind of already answered that question, but just to kind of bring it up again, let's go over what makes the A51 better. First thing is that you're getting the latest and greatest version of Android 10, with One UI 2. Now the S9 will probably get that very soon. I know that some S9s have already gotten that update. The second benefit of the A51 is that you're getting a much larger and, in my opinion, better looking display at 6.5 inches compared to just 5.8 inches with the Galaxy S9. The third benefit with the Galaxy A51 is that you're getting a lot more storage for the amount of money that you're paying. So you are getting 128 gigs of internal storage. Now, of course, there are 128 gigabyte versions of the S9 out there, but you're gonna have to pay a lot more money. So if you do want to buy an S9 at around the same price as the Galaxy A51, you are gonna have to go with the 64 gig option. In my opinion, I think you're getting slightly better cameras with the Galaxy A51 compared to the S9, but the biggest benefit with the cameras is that you're getting an ultra wide angle camera and you're getting a macro camera, two features that you cannot get with the Galaxy S9. And then finally, the last major benefit that I could think of with the Galaxy A51 is that you're getting a larger 4,000 milliamp hour internal battery compared to the 3,000 milliamp hour internal battery with the Galaxy S9. Now let's go over what makes the Galaxy S9 better. Well, the first thing is that you're getting a better display resolution at 1440p. So if that's important to you, if you like that, then the S9 might be the better option. The second benefit is that with the S9, you're not getting a hole punch at the top. You're getting a front-facing camera that's located outside of the display itself. So for some people, that might be a benefit. Of course, you are getting the larger bezels on the top and bottom, so that is a compromise. So that's certainly something to consider. But the biggest benefit of going with the Samsung Galaxy S9 is that you are getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, which is a much better processor than the Samsung Exynos 9611. And the benchmark scores that I showed you earlier on in the video prove that. But thanks for watching. Definitely let me know what you think of these two devices and let me know which one you prefer. Would you rather go the Amazon renewed, refurbished route with the Galaxy S9 and get the phone for under $300? Or would you rather go for a brand new Samsung Galaxy A51 at around the same price? Let me know, but also make sure to check out the links in the video description. And then of course, if you're interested, take a look at imadecase.com and I'll have links for everything in the video description. But this is Kevin here. This is the Samsung Galaxy A51 and this is the Samsung Galaxy S9 and I will see you in the next one.